Alright, good evening everyone. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing tonight? Good? Alright, thanks for the resounding answer. Alright, I'm Christopher today, okay, I'm an MC for today's event. Okay, I'm very happy, okay, and I'd really like to thank everyone for making this event on time. Okay, I know it's very challenging, okay, to get to an event venue right after work. Alright, so let's give yourself a big round of applause first. Alright, thank you very much. Okay, and I'm sure today, okay, everyone is here, okay, to find about some new exciting product launch, okay, that we have prepared for everyone. Alright, so before we start the event proper, I'm sure everyone today, okay, you guys want to learn from the best, and let's help to create a very good learning environment for everyone. Alright, so I have some things that I need to request from everyone. Alright, first, please help me to check your phone and check if you have turned your phone off to silent mode. Alright, okay, like myself, I haven't turned off to silent mode. Please help and check your phone, turn it off. Okay, if you don't know how to turn off to silent, just turn it off altogether. Okay, I'm sure the speakers will be so exciting that you have no time to look at your phone. Alright, and secondly, okay, if you have questions, okay, please leave it to the end of the presentation, okay? Because maybe throughout the presentations, your questions will be answered as well, okay? And last but not least, today, very importantly, please keep an open mind, all right? Keep an open mind and receive what our speakers have to bring all the useful and fantastic information to everyone, all right? So before we start our event proper today, okay, we are very, very honored today, okay, because we have some distinguished guests with us in our audience, okay? They are from our Malaysian royal family, alright? So, I would like to invite our distinguished guests up, okay, to first give everyone a welcome speech, okay? So, today we are extremely honored and very, very happy to introduce them. We have with us in the audience, okay, our distinguished guests, okay, Yang Mulia, Tunku Datuk Muhammad Alauddin Nakuyuddin and Tunku Alia. Alright, so let's welcome them. Okay, let's welcome our distinguished guests, our Tunku Muhammad Alauddin up on stage. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, hello. Yeah, so I'm glad to see that everyone made it and braved the traffic. It was horrible today. And so many familiar faces here. Thank you for coming. And looking forward to this talk, Dr. Dan. So all the way from the US. So really looking forward, and I hope we won't keep you too long with the questions later this evening. I know you have a few more trips going to Taiwan and a few other countries. But it's that time of the year again that, you know, with the product launch. And why are we all here? We want to know what 3 is all about. For me, you know, I had the whole year going through putting on weight, losing weight, and the Christmas is around the corner, everyone is drinking or they have liver problems, this and the other. So, and of course, you know, you're waking up with a hangover, you're looking gone, you're looking rubbish, you're looking horrible. So I think these products will help you actually manage that. I mean, you want to look beautiful, you have your collagen, you want to look beautiful, you've got your resveratrol, you have your vitamins, and of course, you know, the older you get as well, the aches and pains are all there. So you want to also hear about how to not be a 40-year-old man, you want to be 30, right? So you want to be younger and you want to fulfill, you know, well, for me, I want to wake up in bed without hurting myself. So I think these are some of the products we'd like to hear about tonight. And Dr. Dan's here to give you all, I guess, expert advice. So I'll pass it back to Pastor Mark. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Tunku, for the absolutely fantastic welcome address. Alright, and as Tunku has mentioned, okay, today we are here for the product launch for very good product information, and today we have here with us, okay, our Chief Scientific Officer from 3 all the way from US. Okay, so let's welcome our Dr. Dan Gubler on stage. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Good evening. How are you? Good. Well, like our distinguished guests said, we're so grateful to have them here, and you guys braved the rain. You don't look too drowned. You don't look too wet. you clean up really good. Anyways, I'm so grateful to be here. I love coming to Malaysia. I've been here. I was trying to think. I think I've been here 15 times, about 15 times. I love the country. Right when I land, my mouth starts watering for some nasi lemak, you know. And of course, my favorite food in all of Malaysia, durian. Yes, I love durian. It's so good. I don't know. My wife is like, "You're weird. Why do you like that?" You know. After I eat durian, she's like, "I don't want to kiss you. Why don't you just stay away from me for like 24 hours?" But I don't know. Isn't it good? Durian is all about molecules, right? Tonight we're going to talk about molecules. Durian, you have those thioacetals, the thiols, the polyphenols, the flavonoids. Lots of good molecules in durian, which is why durian has anti-cancer properties. It's good for blood sugar, as long as you don't eat too much. It's good for blood cholesterol. It's good for the gut microbiome. And food is medicine, right? Here in Malaysia, you guys understand that. You understand that good food is medicinal if done right. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about health and wellness. We're going to talk about things that we can do to be healthy. And so there's thousands of supplement companies out there around the world, right? Thousands of companies. When you go to the store, you go to the grocery store, you go to the big box store, there's supplements everywhere. Vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin A through Z, right? A through zinc. You have hundreds of them. You have probiotics, you have anti-inflammatory products, you have all these products. And so why do we need another supplement company, right? I don't really think we do. There's so many supplement companies out there, unless that company is doing something unique, unless that company is doing something novel, unless that company is out of the insanity cycle. You know the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting what? A different result, right? So what I'd say, right now the supplement industry is firmly in the insanity cycle. There's some good things there, to be sure. There's some good things there. But as far as like really transforming human health, you know, if there was really a supplement that transformed human health, and that supplement's been around for 5, 10, 15 years, wouldn't it help be getting better? Not worse? And yet we see obesity levels going up, diabetes going up, metabolic syndrome, rates of metabolic syndrome, which are high cholesterol, high blood sugar, waist circumference, etc. That's going up as well. So we still need good science. We need good technology. We need something new and novel. And so here at 3, we've been around for almost 2 years. Our birthday is in February. So in 2025, we'll turn 2 years old. And we have something unique to offer. We have something novel to share. Something that is out of that insanity cycle loop. And so what is the advantage of 3? It's exploration. So there's 600,000 species of plants on the earth, and less than 5% of them have been studied for their bioactive molecules, right? It's molecules that save lives. It's molecules that change the world. When we eat good food, it's medicine, it's molecules. Pharmaceutical drugs, right? Which have benefit for health. When you're in this death spiral, right? And health is out of control, a good pharma drug can take you out of that death spiral and bring you back to health. Now there's 2 different approaches for health. There's reactive wellness, and that's what pharma does. And then there's proactive wellness. And that's what we do here at 3. We're the world leaders in proactive wellness. Now a lot of people say, oh, you must hate those pharmaceutical companies, right? They're terrible. Ugh. Well, I used to work for a pharma company. I used to synthesize drugs. There's nothing wrong with pharma, in my opinion. Now there's always politics and there's always bad actors and things like that, but there's 2 different paradigms for health. My oldest daughter, her life was saved by pharma drugs when she was 2 years old. You know, I'll be forever grateful and indebted to the company who made that drug that saved my daughter, right? So it's not us versus them, it's just 2 different approaches. And what it is, this molecular approach that we're taking here at 3. So here at 3, we're the world leaders in molecules, in discovering new molecules for health. Because like I said, there's over 600,000 species of plants, and those plants have new molecules in them, undiscovered molecules. And if we could take those molecules, put them in a product, then we can transform health in ways that no other company can. Because when you have new molecules and you put it in a product, you're out of that insanity cycle, right? You're no longer like other companies. Now you have something unique to offer. You have a proprietary, unique formulation. And so we travel around the world isolating molecules from plants. We go into the deep snow. Who likes snow? Yeah, skiing? Yeah? All right. We were just talking about skiing a little bit. Yeah, skiing's great. But one thing about molecules in the snow, you might think, well, why do you study plants in the snow? Like, everything's dead, right? Look there, right? I mean, is this a pointer? Yeah, right? Everything's dead. Well, actually not. If you dig underneath to the surface here, and actually this is about 2 meters of snow. So you dig down to the surface, and what happens is the roots of the plants, they're alive. They're dormant, but what they're doing is they're actually holding on to molecules. So roots and rhizomes and corms of plants that are in the snow are rich in bioactive molecules. Molecules that can help with longevity. Molecules that can help with hormone health. Molecules that can help with blood sugar control. Because they're holding on to these bioactive molecules. So some of the molecules that we put in our formulations are molecules that we've discovered from plants that are buried in the snow. And then we go to the deserts, to the hot desert. You might be like, well, look, there's like nothing there. There's only like, like 10 plants around, right? Why would you go to the desert? Well, in the desert, you have plants produce molecules that can protect themselves. So we've done a lot of research. This is the Mojave Desert, Death Valley. Has anybody been to Death Valley in the United States? It's the hottest place on earth. Air temperatures get up to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that Celsius? I don't know. That's hot. That's really hot. And what's interesting, we go to these extreme environments and climates because when plants are under a lot of stress, you know what they do? They produce molecules, beautiful molecules not seen before that help them to survive. And the really cool thing is, when plants produce these molecules to help them survive, to protect them, etc., most of the time, those molecules are medicinal for humans as well. And so we've done a lot of work, and we found that molecules in Death Valley actually have vital importance for skin health. They can help the skin in unique and novel ways. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So really, it's all about the molecules. So here at 3, it's molecules, molecules, molecules. For me, I've dedicated my life studying molecules. I'm an organic chemist. Basically what that means is I love molecules. You can call me Dr. Molecule. I've studied molecules, I've synthesized molecules, I travel around the world isolating molecules from plants. And so it's all about the molecules for us. That's why we're different. We take what we call a molecular approach to things. In other companies, like curcumin. Curcumin is a great ingredient, right, from turmeric. And what are the molecules in curcumin? Curcuminoids. And curcuminoids are great. But there's other molecules in curcumin, in addition to curcuminoids, that have really cool health benefits. Now, no one's talking about it. Why? Because no one has really isolated them. So my expertise, I'm a natural products chemist. So what that means is I specialize in discovering molecules from plants. And there's not too many natural products chemists around the world. When we have our national natural products chemist meetings around the world, the last one I went to, we were in Barcelona. And, the entire room, we had like 80 people. That was like all the natural products chemists in the world that are doing this type of stuff. There was 80 of us in the room. So we're kind of a really small, niche breed of science, right? We're a weird breed, I guess, But this is what we do. This is what we focus on. So what I want to do today is I want to talk with you about the products that we offer nutritionally, and then the products that we offer from a skincare standpoint. So we have 6 nutritional products, and they're shown here. And I'm going to go through each of them, and I'm going to talk about the molecules that are in these products and why they're unique. So we first have our collagen product. Collagen is a beauty from within product. Collagen, as you know, is the most abundant protein in the body. When we talk about collagen, collagen is good for joint health, for cartilage. Collagen is actually a signaling molecule in the body. And obviously collagen is the primary protein that makes up the skin, the dermal layer. And so collagen is really important. The problem with collagen in the body is that when you start to turn about 25 to 30, it depends on the individual, but about 25 to 30, the genes, the chemical switches in the body that produce collagen, they start to degrade and they start to go down. And so when collagen levels in the body start to go down, guess what shows up? Wrinkles, you know? It's kind of like a tent. If you have a tent and you have all these tent posts, right? The tent posts in the tent, it holds the tent, the fabric taut. But what if you start pulling out one pole and another and another? Pretty soon it will start to sag, and that's what happens when collagen production and keratin and hyaluronic acid and some of these other molecules in the skin, they're degraded. And so that's why it's important that we take care of the skin. Now the skin is much more than just cosmetic looking beautiful. The skin is a signaling organ, it's a protective organ. It's a communication organ. There's so many things that the skin does. So it's vital that we have good skin health. So what do? Well, a lot of supplements, like if you go to the grocery store, collagen supplements are big, right? Do you have collagen supplements here in Malaysia? I'm sure. Hundreds of them, right? You have everything from drinks to little beadlets to straws, to capsules. There's all sorts of types of collagen. So we don't really need another collagen product, right? Unless that collagen product does something unique that other collagen products don't. And this product does. And the reason why this product is so powerful is rather than taking collagen again and again and again, right? When I take a collagen supplement, I drink collagen, right? And but collagen's a huge molecule, right? It's like 80,000 Daltons. It's a huge molecule. And so expecting collagen, this huge molecule, to get into the cell and make a difference is like taking a big semi-truck and trying to drive it through the eye of a needle, right? It's just not going to happen. There's no way that could happen. Well, a different approach, rather than flooding the body with collagen, is what if we could signal and tell the body to make collagen again? That'd be cool, right? If we could turn on the body's supply of collagen, then we'd have something unique and novel, and that's what our collagen product does. It contains collagen, but it also teaches the body how to make collagen again. How? Well, these molecules here, ellagic acid and collagen. I was going to go point to it, but I might fall off the stage. You know, these molecules actually help to upregulate genes, the collagenase. They upregulate genes that produce collagen, and they downregulate genes, collagenase and then Ps. These are proteins that degrade collagen. And when we start aging, collagen production goes down. That's because the gene that produces collagen goes down, and the genes that break down collagen, those levels go up. And so we have these molecules and other molecules that help the body to make collagen again. And then we have this molecule here. This is a dipeptide. This is this hydroxyproline dimer. And then there's this hip pro-dimer. And then there's another tetramer, 4 amino acids put together that are signaling molecules in collagen. So when you take this product, it signals to the body to make collagen. That's pretty cool, right? Now there's no other company that is making a product that has a product like this. Because of our proprietary technology, we have a blend of molecules. We haven't patented it because we don't want to disclose it. So when you have an invention, there's 2 different ways that you can do it. You can patent it, or you can go the trade secret route. And it depends on what you want to do. A patent is good, but when you write a patent, you have to disclose everything that you're doing. And when you disclose everything that you're doing, then even though it's patented, people can find a workaround. Another thing that you can do is a trade secret, like Coca-Cola. That's the classic one, right? Their syrup. They don't patent their syrup. It's just a trade secret. They don't tell anybody how they're doing it, and that's what and that's what gives Coke this unique, distinct flavor. We have a bunch of these molecules, and they're not patented, but it's part of our trade secret. And this is how we turn on collagen production in the body. Okay, and we have a huge program where we're looking at molecules to improve beauty and anti-aging molecules. And one of the things that we have, one of the initiatives is we have our Medicinal Plant Research Institute in northern Thailand, north of Chiang Rai, right on the border between Thailand and Laos. And what we have there is we have, now a lot of people say, well, all of the botanical material in your products, does that come from here? No, we have, right now we have 80 different species that we've planted. And we're planting them under different conditions. And when we're taking these plants, we're doing extraction, we're pulling out the bioactive molecules, and we're running assays, biochemical assays, to try to figure out what plants and what molecules in different plants can help with skin health, heart health, brain health, hormone health, weight loss, GLP-1, all these different things. We're doing screening, high throughput screening. Hit to lead screening is what we call it in pharma, hit to lead screening, to see if we can find new molecules that we can put in our formulations. And no other company is doing this. Pharma used to do this a little bit back in the 70s and 80s, but then it was too expensive. There were different things that came along, and they've never gone back to this approach. So we're the only company in any industry, not just nutraceutical, but in the pharma industry, that's taking this approach. Isn't that cool? You guys are like, I'm still right. Okay, we're starting to get dried off a little bit. This is good, right? Okay, our next product is an anti-aging product called Eternal. So longevity is a big deal, right? We want to live, who wants to live long? Okay, some people are like, no, I'll check out at 70 years old, see you later world, you know. But, you know, longevity is a big thing. And there's a lot of people saying, you know, David Sinclair and other people saying, we're not going to live to 200, 250 years old. You know, I don't really believe that. But I do believe that we can live a healthy, long life if we have the right molecules, if we utilize and harness chemistry. But it's not just enough to live long, right? We want a good lifestyle, right? So we don't only want lifespan, we want health span, right? We want more life in our years, not just years to our life. Does that make sense? We want to live a healthy, fulfilled life. And there's really cool molecules and genes that can help to do this. So Eternal is our proprietary product that helps with anti-aging. It's an antioxidant product, and it can help support longevity and anti-aging. And resveratrol, we've heard of this molecule, right? Resveratrol is a classic molecule. It has great anti-aging properties. You remember, like a long time ago, those journal articles in the news saying drinking a glass of red wine, you know, a couple times a week or whatever could be healthy for you. You remember those that came out? Well, the reason why they're saying that is because red wine contains resveratrol. And resveratrol has some anti-aging properties. It targets a gene called SIRT1, S-I-R-T, SIRT1. And this gene, David Sinclair at Harvard, Lenny Grente, MIT, other people have studied this gene, and this gene is key for aging. If you could upregulate, if you could turn on this gene, then you can improve both lifespan and health span. That's the data that's coming out, right? And so this is a great molecule. And we use it in our product. Glutathione, a wonderful antioxidant, powerful. It's the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. If we want to live long, we want to make sure that we're counteracting oxidative stress. So our body, just by nature of living, it's under stress. UV radiation, pollution, just living causes stress in the body, and that's called oxidative stress. And when oxidative stress is high, the cells don't live as long. And if the cells don't live as long collectively, then the body doesn't live as long. And so, glutathione is a really powerful antioxidant. Then we have CoQ10. This is a beautiful molecule. This molecule provides energy to the mitochondria. The mitochondria are the power plants of the cell. And if we want the body to be healthy and strong and vibrant, we need to make sure that those power plants are producing energy, right? And because if power plants aren't producing enough energy, then it causes problems, right? You know, in cities sometimes, big cities, where does KL ever have like rolling blackouts or anything like that? Or you guys are awesome, okay. You know, other places, you know, other big cities, I spent a lot of time in China, right? And I was in a city and they would have rolling blackouts, right? There just wasn't enough power to power this city of 17 million people. So at one point in time, one part of the city would be dark, and then another part would be dark. They just kind of switch it over, right? Because there wasn't collectively enough power to go around. Well, in our body, we have millions of mitochondria in the power plants. Now, if these mitochondria aren't healthy and we have rolling blackouts, meaning sometimes these mitochondria don't have enough energy, then what does that do to the body? Is the body as healthy? Is it going to live as long? It's not. And so these ingredients, these molecules, help to ensure the body has enough energy and strength and capacity that it needs, and even up above and beyond, so that they can keep living. The cell cycle goes on uninterrupted. Oh, and then there's this molecule, delphinidin. Isn't that a beautiful molecule? Oh, I just want to touch it, you know? Isn't that a beautiful molecule? Delphinidin is from a fruit called the maki berry fruit. And that's from South America. Do you guys have maki berry here in Malaysia? I'm asking because it seems like you guys have every single fruit on the planet here. Okay. Except for maybe maki berry. Okay. Maki berry, though, delphinidin, powerful molecule. They can actually help with telomeres. Have you heard of telomeres before? Telomeres are little antennas on top of the chromosomes. And when the cells divide, when chromosomes divide, these telomeres get a little shorter. And there's an enzyme called telomerase which makes them long. And so these antennas on our chromosome, they've actually been able to correlate longevity with that telomere length. And so it's actually a really cool test that you can have done, where they can go in and they can look at your antennas on your chromosomes, and they can see how long they are. And based on that, they can predict how long you're going to live. It's kind of cool, right? And it's not bulletproof, but it's fairly accurate. It correlates nicely. This product here, we found could actually help to extend your telomeres. So that's cool, right? It can actually extend those little antennas so they're longer. It's awesome, huh? Okay, and when it comes to anti-aging, longevity, again, like I said earlier, we go out and search in the snow, in the Rocky Mountains, in the Yukon. There's different areas that we go that have hot pockets of molecules. So around the world, there's a few areas that are just teeming with molecular biodiversity. There's areas that just have a lot of amazing molecules. And some places have a lot of amazing molecules, and other places not so much. You guys, Malaysia, this is a hot area for molecules. Man, this is like the promised land for molecules. The diversity, and we have, exactly. One of the reasons I love coming here to Malaysia is because of the wealth of plants that you have here. And you know, in Malaysia, you guys have thousands of molecules that we haven't discovered yet. And just think about it. There's molecules in this beautiful country that can help people. For me, that's what it's all about. It's just about finding something to help people. And you know, it's one of the things that's really important to me, this is kind of going off topic, one of the things that's really important to me is conservation. To make sure that these plants are conserved. Because when a plant goes extinct, you know what happens? Those molecules that are in that plant, that have the potential to transform health are gone, right? And the other important thing is we make sure that all around the world, wherever we discover molecules, that we collaborate with the groups to make sure, you know, biopiracy is a big deal nowadays, right? Where countries will come into another country. You know, it's happening a lot in Africa and these different places, right? Companies come in and they mine their natural resources, right? That should never happen. Anyways, I'm going way off topic. Okay, our next product is Purify. So you think of what we've done so far. So first, we have our Beauty from Within product. It makes sure the skin is healthy and vibrant and strong and beautiful and glowing. Then we have our Eternel product. This is our anti-aging product to make sure that the body is humming properly. So now the cell cycle is functioning, so we can live a long, healthy life, right? Now, with Purify, this product addresses the toxins in the body. So there's been studies showing that in our body at any given time, there's hundreds of man-made chemicals and other molecules that are not supposed to be in the body. And a lot of these are, forever chemicals, like molecules, PFAS from Teflon pans. And, there's chemicals from laundry detergents and stuff like that, dishwashing chemicals and different things like that. And these molecules can actually disrupt systems in the body, the endocrine system, the hormone system of the body. They can actually disrupt, they can disrupt gene expression, epigenetics. And when they do this can again cause the body to not function properly. You have heavy metals. Even touching there's crazy results. Touching cans and stuff like that, a metal can, right? You get a little bit of heavy metals. Now it's not a lot, right? When you touch a receipt, when someone prints off a receipt and they give it to you, that receipt has a little bit of BPA on it, right? And so the toxic load, the toxin load over time can become quite high. And so it's really important if we want to be healthy, we need to remove those toxins from the body. And Purify is the product that we've developed that contains a blend of very unique, powerful molecules that can help to detoxify the detoxification organs of the body, the liver, the kidney, the colon, and the lungs. So silymarin, this is a great molecule from milk thistle. And this molecule has powerful properties, especially for the liver, to help to detoxify the liver. Because the liver is the very first organ that helps in this detoxification process. And the liver is the largest internal organ of the body, and it works hard to neutralize the molecules and the toxins and things that come into it. But it needs help. Silymarin helps to make sure that liver cells are healthy and vibrant and strong. So the reactions in the liver are functioning properly, so the detoxification reactions go on without a hitch here. Allicin. This is a great molecule from garlic. When you take garlic and you cook and you saute garlic and you have that beautiful smell that's unique, it's only garlic, right? There's no other smell like that on the planet. Well, the reason why you're getting that smell is this molecule allicin. It's actually breaking apart, the sulfur-sulfur bond is breaking apart and these thiols are coming up into your nose and giving this beautiful smell. They can actually be therapeutic. There was a study done where they showed that just smelling garlic, that garlic smell, has an aromatherapy effect. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, chemistry's so cool, isn't it? So beautiful. The allicin, great molecule. Apigenin. Apigenin is another molecule that we have. Now guys, this is one of the most important molecules in the world. It really is. If you get enough apigenin in your diet, your genes are going to function properly. Something called signal transduction cascades, that's crazy, but these reactions, that basically these domino reactions that help to run the 22,000 genes in the body, apigenin is one of these key players. Apigenin is like your star striker on your soccer team, that's going to take you to victory. And apigenin is found in Purify. We need to take apigenin every single day. Apigenin is in Purify. Apigenin is also in parsley. It's in celery. It's in basil a little bit. Who likes parsley? Do you eat parsley? You should eat parsley a lot because of the apigenin. And then we have arcticin. This molecule is from burdock that we have in Purify. And this molecule is amazing at helping with kidney function. If you want to detoxify the body, we need to make sure the kidneys are functioning properly. Oh, one of the crazy toxins in the world today that's getting a lot of press, microplastics. Who's heard of microplastics? Yeah, microplastics. Where plastic breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces, these microplastics get everywhere in the body. They cause inflammation. Arcticin from burdock has some ability to help to remove Microplastics. These are new studies that are starting to come on. And not just microplastics. What could be even more dangerous is nanoplastics, so even smaller pieces of plastic. The data that's coming out on nanoplastics, then maybe they'll talk about picoplastics. I don't know. There's always something out to get us, right? But anyways, plastics are a big deal, and expunging, removing plastics from the body is something that needs to happen. And this plant, mullein contains a little bit of apigenin as well. Some types of mullein, like the great mullein here, and that's what it's called, a great mullein because it's huge, right? This contains a lot of apigenin, and this is our source of apigenin in Purify. So, I'm standing here, and on this top layer, the floor, the soil is actually 2 meters below this. And you look here, this stalk is, I don't know, that's probably a meter or so up. So this plant, mullein, the great northern mullein, it grows really high. And so again, down at the root here, we dig down and we collect some of the root. And what we found is that in this mullein, in the root, we have tons of apigenin and other molecules that are vital for it. So this is one of the things that we're doing. Silymarin. One of the things that we're doing is we're discovering new silymarin-like molecules from milk thistle. So what happens? We know that there's silymarin in milk thistle. So what we do in the industry is we take silymarin, boom, we pull it out, and the rest of the plant, we just kick away, right? And we use the silymarin. But if we can find other molecules in silymarin, then what we can do is we can change and modify our extraction procedure and process so that we can pull out those molecules. So that's why we do the discovery. We found that there are some new molecules in milk thistle, and so what we're doing is we're doing a new extraction. So we have a new molecular composition form of milk thistle. And when we put that new form in our product, that's really what makes our product sing. That's the difference. That's the power. Revive. So inflammation is the root cause. If you talk to a medical doctor and you say, hey, oh, here's a medical doctor. Do we have any MDs in the house? No? Yes? Okay. So is this a true statement? Inflammation is one of the root causes of disease. Okay, they're humoring me. They're like, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Yeah, inflammation. I'm a chemist, so I have to talk to these MDs to make sure I'm not, leading you guys astray. But inflammation is one of the root causes of disease. And so, if we want the body to be healthy, we need to keep inflammation at bay. Now, there's two different types of inflammation. There's acute inflammation and there's chronic inflammation. The body uses acute inflammation, which is inflammation for a short period of time, usually in a localized area, and the body uses that to heal itself, to make sure the reactions are functioning properly. It's like a fire. When you have a fire in a fire pit and you're sitting there with your friends and you're chilling out and it's a cold night and you're having a good time and your kids are roasting marshmallows. Do you guys roast marshmallows here in Malaysia? No? Okay, well that's what we do in the United States. We're weird. We're weird in the States. We do weird things, Starburst, we roast Starburst. I don't know, that's weird. Anyways. But acute inflammation is like having that fire pit, where the fire is localized, it's contained, it's controlled. Chronic inflammation is when inflammation is in a runaway state, right? So that's where the wind picks up on the fire pit and some of the fire gets out onto your deck, onto the side of your house and the trees, right? And then you have a forest fire, right? That's runaway inflammation, chronic inflammation. So we want to make sure that inflammation is controlled. And so what we have here in Revive, we have curcumin, turmeric, different types of curcuminoids, boswellic acid from boswellia, we have gingerols from ginger, and piperine from black pepper. And these all help to ensure that in the inflammatory cycle in the body is balanced. And when you balance inflammation, things like knee pain, joint pain, back pain, those connection points in the body, right, where things come together, that inflammation can build up in those areas. we've seen a lot of success here. This is a great workout recovery product. So I'm actually, in February, I'm speaking at the Sports and Active Nutrition Summit in San Diego, and I'm talking about Revive for its exercise recovery aspects. We've seen great results on recovery when it comes to using this product. And there's some interesting molecules. This is a globe mallow plant that's found in different deserts throughout the world, especially Death Valley, that has some interesting new molecules for inflammation. That these molecules that we're studying are actually better than some of these. You know, they're like 5 times better. So we'll see what happens here. Then we have Vitality. This is our multivitamin type product, in the sense that the idea of a multivitamin is it provides everything the body needs for proper function, right? This product contains over 700 molecules, 600 to 700 molecules, that ensure that the body has everything it needs. It has vitamins and minerals and enzymes and probiotics and prebiotics and phytonutrients and chlorophyll to make sure that the body is functioning properly. And these are some of my favorite molecules. Schisandrins from Schisandra. We have sodium copper chlorophyllin, which is a chlorophyll derivative. We have mumworticin from bitter melon, which is excellent at supporting healthy blood sugar and blood lipid levels. We have sulforaphanes from broccoli and other cruciferous veggies that are really good for pollution, really good to control gene expression. And one of the things that we're doing in the Pacific Northwest and in Scandinavia and other places, there's some really interesting superfoods that we're studying that have some really freaking cool molecules that are different from what's seen before in the industry. And so what we're doing is we're studying some of that with the idea of maybe what we'll do is we'll put some of those new superfoods in our next version of Vitality, right? You know, if they can have the iPhone 16, maybe we could have like Vitality 2 or something like that. Right? I don't know. But anyways, all the things that we're doing, the idea is we're going to take this and put it in to our next generation products to continue to make them better. And then the last nutritional product we have is Immune. It's vital to support a healthy immune system. The body is only as strong as the immune system is. The immune system does so many things. You know, obviously it wards off and fights pathogens and whatnot, but autoimmune deficiencies are a huge problem, obviously. Where the immune system turns on itself, it turns on the body. So we want to make sure that the immune system is healthy and vibrant and balanced. And so this is another cool, like apigenin, this molecule is something that we should be getting every single day, quercetin. Quercetin is vital. And one of the reasons quercetin is so good is it inhibits the ability of bad bacteria to talk to each other. And that's called quorum sensing. And so the way that bacteria gang up and overwhelm the body is because they start chatting with each other. It's not one bacteria that makes us sick. It's bacteria gossiping and talking together. And when they talk to each other, they grow in their ability. So when bacteria talk to each other, they actually level up. They turn on genes that allow them to produce toxic molecules, allow them to form biofilms, allow them to have flagella and be able to move around and whatnot. That's because of increased power due to quorum sensing. Quercetin and other molecules that we have in immune, it cuts off the ability of these bacteria to talk to each other, so they're silent, they die off, and what fills its space? Good bacteria in the gut microbiome. Quercetin is found in the #1 food that contains quercetin is capers. Do you guys eat capers here in Malaysia? Love capers. Capers are great. So when you eat capers, if you eat like a teaspoon of capers, you get 100 milligrams of quercetin. And that is a therapeutic amount of quercetin. And one of the things that we're doing when it comes to immune health, we love chaga. Who here knows chaga? Chaga is a mushroom that's found in Scandinavia and Finland and different areas. You can find it basically all over in alpine boreal type forests. This is actually not too far from my home. We're studying chaga and we're isolating some unique molecules from chaga that have some great immune health properties that we'll probably put in a new product or an upgrade or something like that. So I hope what I've showed you is when we take this molecular approach, right, it's not about like an herb like rhodiola. Rhodiola is great, but it's about the molecules. What are the active molecules in rhodiola? We all know it's Rosamund's, right? You know, Rosamund's. It's all about Rosamund's, right? Because there's rhodiola. So there's rhodiola that people have sent me that they want me to put in my supplements. I run it through my machine, mass spec, HPLC, and the Rosamund amount is minuscule. It's basically not there, right? So you can have rhodiola with no Rosamund's, no bioactive molecules. It's basically just sawdust with the way it's processed and how it's treated. And then you have rhodiola that has large amounts of Rosamund's, right? So when we take this molecular approach, we make sure that the molecules are there. And I'm not going to go through this too much, but quickly, you can have the most powerful molecule on the planet, but unless it's absorbed in the body, it's of no use, right? You aren't what you eat. People say you are what you eat, right? That's false. You aren't what you eat, you are what you absorb, right? It's all about absorption. And so what we do is we have 12 different cellular absorption technologies to make sure that all the molecules in our formulations get into the cell. Now, liposomes, right? We've heard of liposomes. Liposomes are one of the things that people are using nowadays to make sure that molecules get into the cell. And we use liposomes. You can see they're number 2. But we use a whole host of different technologies, 12 in total, to make sure that everything gets in. And how do we know it gets in? Well, we ran a clinical study. We ran a bioavailability study where we show that absorption of our products are anywhere from 3 to 9.5 times more bioavailable than the organic control. We use curcumin for this. We use curcumin because it's found in a lot of supplements. We use curcumin because its molecular structure is similar to a lot of the molecules that are in a classic nutraceutical formula. How do our products work, right? So we have molecules, we discover molecules, but what do these molecules do? Well, the molecules that we've discovered and the molecules that we use, we specially choose them for their ability to regulate epigenetics. Who here has heard of epigenetics? Okay, good. So you have a gene, which is a segment of DNA that encodes for a protein. And proteins are catalysts. Proteins do everything in the body, right? They're the machinery that go to work. So these genes, now when we say genes, a lot of times we think, well, genes, I have black hair and, brown eyes, and my daughter has blonde hair and blue eyes. Well, how does that work, right? That's genes, right? Well, that's true. There's genes that determine heredity, like what we look like and all that. But there's thousands of genes that control respiration, antioxidant function, mitochondria, cell cycle, right? All these things, the millions of reactions that happen in the body are controlled by these genes. So it's like a giant switchboard where the switches are turning on and off. Or another way to look at it, it's like instruments in a symphony, right? You have the cello, and you have the viola, and you have the flute, and the piccolo, and the oboe, and all these instruments, I don't even know what their names are, right? You have all these instruments. I was impressed I was able to name that many instruments. You have all these instruments. And these instruments play the music of life. But what's the conductor, right? If these instruments are the genes, what's the conductor? Molecules. Apigenin, quercetin, sulforaphane. These are the molecules that lead the symphony of life. And when these molecules are gone, when they're not in our diet, that's when problems happen, right? When the conductor's gone, does the symphony know how to play? Do they play beautiful music? No, it's a mess. And so that principle of leading genes, making sure the music is playing like a symphony, making sure these genes are turning on and off properly, that's called epigenetics. And what we found is that our products regulate certain key genes for function. NRF1, this is a gene for energy. NF-kappa B, this needs to be down. It's down-regulated. Inflammation. PPAR alpha, energy. SOD1, antioxidant activity. GLP-1. Wow, we've heard a lot about GLP-1, haven't we? Right? This is the hormone, the gene for weight loss. Ozempic. Do you guys have Ozempic and tirzepatide and these weight loss drugs here in Malaysia? I mean, they're taking the U.S. by storm. It's crazy, right? I mean, like everybody and their dog is taking Ozempic in the United States. But anyways. So that's important. BDNF, a gene for brain health. IL-6 for inflammation. So some of these genes need to be turned on, some need to be turned off. And what we found is that our products regulate epigenetics. Now there's no other company on the planet that I know of, nutraceutical, that has shown that their products can regulate genes. Now why do they regulate genes? Because of the special molecules that we've customly formulated and put here. And we ran a study that Revive helps to inhibit superoxide production, which is vital for reducing inflammation. The physician's desk reference is one of the leading references around the world that medical doctors use. You know, when you go in to see your doctor and the doctor takes your vitals and stuff like that, and then they leave, do they do that in Malaysia here? And the doctor looks at, in the US they go and they take your vitals and they ask you questions, oh, you have a sore throat, and they do this or this or this, and then they leave for like 15 minutes. Well, when they're gone, they're looking at databases like the PDR to figure out what they're going to give the patient. Then there's other databases in addition to the PDR. But the bottom line is the PDR is a database that medical doctors use to know what they can give, pharmaceutical and otherwise, to their patients. So the PDR contains 98% pharmaceutical drugs, but there are a few supplements that have been vetted by the organization that they found that are credible enough to put in the volume so the doctor can say, oh, okay, yeah, maybe we can use this as well. And all of our nutritional products are in the PDR. And there's no other supplement company that has all their products in the PDR. So that's a really good point of validation. So anyways, it's all about the molecules. So to wrap up this first part, I hope that I've shown you that why we exist, why we are unique, is that we have new molecules that we've discovered, that we put into formulations that are highly bioavailable, that regulate epigenetics to provide a result not seen before in the industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dan. Let's give Dr. Dan another round of applause. Right. Okay, now I'm sure, thanks Dr. Dan for giving us fantastic information on our supplements. Okay, I'm sure everyone now want to hear live stories, real life testimonials about how people try the products, what effects do they have. Alright, so today we are very glad that we have two testimonial sharers. They're going to share with us how the products have worked wonders for them. Alright, so the first sharer I'd like to invite, I'll invite both of them up straight away. So the first sharer I'd like to invite, he's from KL, and he's a very successful self-employed professional. So let's welcome Richard to the stage. Alright, and then the second sharer I'd like to invite up the stage as well. She came all the way from Singapore all the way to KL to join us in this event. So let's have Shirley up the stage as well. Thank you, Shirley. Alright, thank you, Shirley. Alright, let's start with Richard. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Chris. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening.
Very enthusiastic. Come on, let's hear. Good evening. Okay, I like the enthusiasm. My name is Richard. I come from PJ, as Christopher has told you. I come from a corporate advertising and event management background. I've been in that business for 35 years until recently, when I decided to go alone to do a business. And what business was I going to do? Now, I happened to meet DSM, Sir Michael, and his lovely wife, Felicia. We were my friends, and he told me that he had something up for me, a good opportunity. So I went to see him for about 2 hours. And when he introduced me to the products, at that time the name of the company tree was still not announced.
Yeah.
I saw the products, I was blown away by the innovative technology of the products. I signed up. I got my delivery of my Founders Pack in May 2023. Now, I started taking the products all in one go, and the first thing that actually hit me that morning was on the second day I woke up with a start very early in the morning, and I was surprised actually because I don't normally wake up that early, and I was all full of vigor and I realized that it was vitality. It gave me that kind of energy to wake up early and work throughout the day. And I've been taking that daily, and I'm still here. I'm still taking it every day, and it's giving me all the energy that I can have. The next thing was I have a challenge with eczema. I have eczema on my neck, if you can see. At last, I'm on the big screen. Thank you. At last, I have eczema on my neck and my lower underarm. You know, eczema does not give you a heads up when it starts. You know, it doesn't tell you when it's coming. It just, when it reacts, and at times it bleeds. Right? The one on my underarm is so itchy. You have to just scratch it, and it doesn't appear only when you want it to, because you can be having a good sleep at night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you start to itch, and you scratch, and you scratch, and you scratch, and it is very unbearable at times, painful. I started on collagen. First cycle, 10 days on and 20 days off. I continued with, of course, Eternal and Juicy and the rest. To my surprise, on the 12th day, the one on my neck disappeared totally until today. There's not occurred again. And the one on my underarm took about 3 weeks, and basically I had rough skin, and it all just disappeared, basically, and that was it. Thank God, thank you to the 3 products. And I've been also taking Purify and the rest of the products, which I know, based on the cellular absorption technology that Dr. Dan has done, it actually goes right deep into your body. And I just wish that whatever I've shared today here will help someone, will help you people out there, those who face challenges in any condition, that the only way to go is 3. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Hi, I'm Shirley. I'm born in Ipoh and married to Singapore. Yeah, I think after the second vaccine jab, I developed some skin rashes, redness, oozing, and bumps actually. So do not know what's happening. So I went to see the doctors, and the doctors GP misdiagnosed me as the chickenpox. So after 4 weeks of antivirals medications, the symptoms persisted. So I have no choice, but I requested the GP to refer me to the dermatologist. And when the dermatologist saw that, and then he immediately said that this was not the chickenpox, and it is eczema. It was a very bad eczema actually. It started from the top of my body to the toe, to my toe. So actually it suffers very badly until it's like when you shower, you know, it feels pains actually. There's no cure actually. And the dermatologist prescribed steroids and also 1 week of antibiotics. So I have to take 4 weeks of steroids, plus to apply steroids on my skin. So as you all know, steroids are not good for the bodies, right? So after that, all my eczema have subsided. And after that, I asked the doctors, is there any cure or how does it help me with the eczema? Because the creams and the medications can temporarily relieve my symptoms, but the eczema keep coming up or keep flaring up repeatedly. I was very disappointed. Then doctor told me there's no cure at all. But for me, I do not want to give up hope. I went to see TCM, other doctors, and I even tried other supplements products, plus all the collagens in the markets. None of them works. So to me, it's like, end of the world. So I never give up. until last year, thanks to Michelle, I found 3. So actually I was quite skeptical when I started this product, so I started slowly, Eternal and Collagen. So after that, within less than I think 7 days, you can see from the second pictures, I can see the huge improvement, which really impressed me with the quick results that I can see. So from there, I can see that there's no more, the oozings no more appearing, and then all the fluids and the blisters started to dry out, and my skin is not that dry anymore. So after 3 months, I noticed that my skin has turned back to, still have the pigmentations, but I still turn back to better than before. So I'm very grateful that I have found 3 products. These 3 products is really my savior. It doesn't really help, not only help me with my conditions, it also help my family, which includes my mom's 3 highs: high cholesterol, high blood pressures, and high glucose levels. So I'm very grateful that I found these cutting-edge products. Thank you.
All right, let's give our amazing testimony Cheryl another round of applause. Okay. All right, there you have it. We have for the first part of this event, okay, which is for our supplements. All right, I'm sure a lot of ladies in the audience, you ladies are waiting anxiously, okay, because you're here to understand more about our new product launch, okay, which is our skincare series. All right, so next up we have again our Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Dan, to bring us the second part of the presentation, which is all about our skincare series, Visage. All right, let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Dan again. Thank you.
All right, I'm back again. That wasn't very long, was it? You're like, him again? Oh, man. Anyways, so now we're going to talk about skin health and skincare. So we have 2 different lines in our company. We have the nutritionals, which we just talked about, and then we have a skincare line that's brand new. We launched the first product in August, and the 2 other products, so there's 3 products in the line, the 2 other products we launched. What day is it today? It's we launched on Saturday. Yes, we launched on Saturday in Hong Kong. So these are brand new products. We're seeing great results, and we're going to talk about that. So, like I said earlier, the skin is the largest organ of the body, and it's prone to being damaged. So, good skin health is not just cosmetic, looking great, although that's really important, but it's also to make sure that the body is healthy and strong. The skin is protected from UV radiation, it's protected from pollution, to make sure that the skin microbiome is healthy, and we're going to talk about that. So it's vital to have good skin. So the first step for skin health is to cleanse the skin. And the skin has pollutants on it. When we're in an area, when there's pollution, and there's pollution all around the world, whenever we go outside, even inside, there's particulates that can sit on the surface of the skin, that can disrupt the skin membrane, and that can cause the skin health to suffer. So that's a big problem. There's even crazy things like microplastics can volatilize in the air, and they can deposit on the body. There's some crazy studies that different things like that can actually cause skin health to suffer. Dead skin cells, right? Exfoliation is obviously an important thing. When dead skin cells, when they grow, when they die, the corpse of the cell is laying on the surface of the skin. That's not good. So the first thing we need to do is we need to cleanse the skin. And that's easier said than done, because the skin, you have the skin cell layer itself, the dermal layer. Then on top of that, you have what's called sebum, which is a mixture of oils that the skin produces that lay on top of that. On top of that is water that is held and needs to be held on close to the surface of the skin to keep the skin hydrated. And then somewhere in the mix you have this huge mat of bacteria. We have 1.5 trillion bacteria living on the surface of the skin. So the skin is a very complex organ, complex system, and so to cleanse it, it's not trivial. A lot of cleansers that we use, they leave the skin feeling stripped and dry and dehydrated. And if your skin is feeling that way, what does that mean? Well, that means that you've cleared away all the bacteria, you've stripped the skin of the sebum, of the water, and now the skin, the organ itself is exposed. And you never want the skin to be exposed to the elements. It should always be enveloped in this lush envelope of sebum and water and other nutrients. So I talked about the skin microbiome. And we have good and bad bacteria on the surface of the skin that are talking with each other. Good bacteria, like Streptomyces epidermidis, are vital. That is the #1 species of bacteria that's living on the skin. It's vital for communication. It's vital for water retention, moisturization. And then you have pathogens that are living on the surface of the skin. The biggest one is Staph aureus. Right? And you always have a little bit of Staph aureus on the skin that it kind of moves around on the skin. And you have crazy strains of Staph aureus like MRSA, right? Methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, which is very, very dangerous to the body. So you want to make sure the body is balanced, the skin microbiome is balanced. And so, that's not very good resolution, sorry about that. But so the first product that we launched that can help to cleanse the skin is called our Visage Pure Cleanse product. Now the collection is called Visage, and Visage in French is face. I didn't know that. My marketing team was like, yeah, we're going to call it this. I'm like, what is that word? They're like, it means face in French, right? And if you have a skincare company, it needs to sound French, I guess, according to the marketing team. That makes it cool, right? Anyways, this is our Pure Cleanse product, and the way that it works, what makes it really special is when we were in Death Valley, I alluded to this earlier, when we were in Death Valley, we've been studying different species of plants. And we found that in this desert plantain plant, that it contains a molecule called allantoin and a few other molecules, a mixture of molecules. Now we don't disclose this mixture of molecules because like the Coke syrup, this is our proprietary blend of products that it's the secret sauce, right? But these molecules, allantoin and other molecules, what we found are really good at protecting the skin. They basically form a shield, a force field over the skin to protect the skin from UV radiation. And these ingredients are also really good at making it, they have humectant-like properties, which means that they can sit on the surface of the skin and they can pull water out of the air and throw it onto the surface of the skin. It's really cool. It's a water harvesting type benefits. And so it's powerful. There's no other company that uses the desert plantain plant and allantoin and these other molecules. So this is why this product has its unique, powerful benefits, right? The theme, new molecules with new abilities that haven't been seen before in the industry are able to do new things that haven't been seen in products before, okay? And if you want to check it out, we have a YouTube page called Explore Dr. Dan, where we have different episodes where they're, anywhere from 10 to one of them's 30 minutes long, where you could come with us and see what it's like to discover molecules from plants. And we go through and we show different plants, we wander around and then take them back to the lab, and you can check that out. It's a good time. So the key ingredients in our Pure Cleanse, we have this plantain extract that we talked about. We have Morinda citrifolia. Morinda citrifolia is also known as noni. We have molecules from the noni fruit. We have Korean red bean, and we have jojoba oil. The key thing here, though, we talked about allantoin. This is the molecule that is part of our secret sauce from the desert plantain. Miliantrol. This is a quorum sensing inhibiting molecule. So what it does is we've found that it's specially designed to reduce or to mute toxic conversations that are going on between bad bacteria on the skin. So the skin is a surface for conversations. You have all these conversations going on. Bad bacteria having conversations that are toxic to the body. Good bacteria are having conversations that are virtuous to the skin. And what this molecule does, isn't that a cool structure? That's beautiful. Doesn't that make you want to go back to your organic chemistry days, OChem class? Who took OChem? Anybody take OChem?
medical doctors, you probably took OChem. I was an OChem teacher back in the day. I taught pre-meds. It was fun. It actually was fun. But this molecule is a quorum sensing molecule that we've discovered and pulled out. This molecule, Vitexin, from the Adzuki bean. Do you guys eat the Adzuki bean, the red bean, like you're doing in the home dough? Yeah, isn't that good? It's such a good bean. Red bean ice cream, isn't that amazing? I love that stuff. Anyways, Vitexin, really, really good. It also has quorum sensing properties like this one. Vitexin, really, really good at soothing the skin, reducing inflammation, making sure that everything is balanced. And then we have this jojoba wax. There's lots of different molecules here. There's about 40 different molecules that are of this general variant. And jojoba wax is vital because it actually mimics the sebum of the skin. So that's the oils that the skin produces through the eccrine glands and whatnot. And this wax mimics that. So when you use the cleanser, you're basically mimicking the oils that are on the skin. And so when you do the process of cleansing the skin, you basically have this natural, beautiful process. It's like you're cleansing the skin with its own oil. So the way that you use this product is you wash your face, and then you take a few pumps of this product, you massage it into your hands, you massage it on your skin for about 30 seconds, you let it sit there for 10 seconds or so, rub it around, wash out with, rinse it with water, pat it dry. That's the first step to cleanse. And so we talked about this quorum sensing. This is unique technology. So what makes our product, our cleanser, and the toner that we'll talk about unique is this quorum sensing ability. There's no other company on the planet that has molecules that direct the conversations on the surface of the skin to mute or destroy bad bacterial conversations, to encourage the virtuous good conversations of the good bacteria on the skin so that the skin microbiome is healthy, vibrant, and balanced. And so the second step is to tone the skin. So now that we have the skin clean, we've brushed everything aside and we have this beautiful layer. It's like this canvas, right? It's ready to be painted on. It's beautiful. The next thing we need to do is to tone the skin. And the process of toning is to activate the pores, to activate the surface of the skin, to make sure that it's ready to receive the third step, which is the serum. So to tone the skin means to give it the vitamins and minerals that it needs. So for the skin to function, it needs molecules, it needs vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and other nutrients in order for it to do its job. Otherwise, if you give it the serum, and it doesn't have the tools that it needs to utilize that serum, then it's of no use. And so the toner is vital. Now there was a funny question I got from someone in the United States, and they said, well, in a previous company that we worked at, we were told that the cleanser cleanses the skin, but it strips the skin, and so the toner puts everything back under the surface of the skin. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, you have a product that causes a problem, so you have another product to fix the problem? Like, that's just so messed up, right? So, the toner, it adds on to the cleanser, right? The cleanser doesn't strip, it has this silky, luxurious finish to it. And then the toner adds on to that, primes the skin. And the toner uses our proprietary quorum sensing technology as well. And so this is our Visage Radiant Toner. Again, the cleanser and the toner, brand new products, just a couple of days old in the company. We have the plantain, we have the morinda, we have cucumber, seawater, some of the key molecules. We talked about allantoin already. We have this cucurbitacin from cucumber, which is really good. It's a signaling molecule. It signals to the skin, causes an electrochemical reaction to make sure that the osmotic pressure and the electrical gradient that's on top of the skin is healthy and strong, right? Did you know that there's electrical current in the body? Electrochemistry. And I know in traditional medicines, people talk a lot about electricity and grounding and chi and those sorts of things. There is there is science to that. Cucurbitacin is a molecule that helps to maintain the energy system of the body. We have vitamins and minerals. We have niacinamide. We have others as well, but I pulled that one out. We have sodium hyaluronate, which is a sodium salt of hyaluronic acid, which is really, really good at helping to prepare the skin again for the active molecules. We have these new molecules from the desert plantain. To use the toner, you take it after you use a cleanser. We have a spritzer on the top, so you spritz your face and you let the toner dry. It'll dry in about 10 seconds or so. And then when you fill the skin, it's a tiny bit tacky. And that's good because now it's ready for the serum. So the third step is our Visage Super Serum, right? And in any skincare regimen, the serum is the power, boom, the heavy hitter, right? The serum and the moisturizing cream. So this is cool. The science that we have here, we've found molecules ourselves in Death Valley. We've collaborated with a great collaborator out of Switzerland that I've worked with for over 15 years. And between the two of us, we have some molecules we've discovered that are neurocosmetic. And neurocosmetic goes back to about 5 years ago. Scientists discovered the skin-brain connection. Now we know about the gut-brain connection. That's been around for about 15 years, right? The idea that you have good bacteria that are in the gut, these probiotics, they produce molecules. Somehow it sends a signal to the brain. Probably genes, signal transaction cascades, whatever, but it sends a signal to the brain. Who's heard of the gut-brain axis? You know that? No? Gut-brain axis? Anyways, so the skin-brain axis was newly discovered about 5 years ago. And what scientists have found is that on the surface of the skin, you have neurons. And these neurons, these wires, this circuitry, are connected with the brain. So what we found is that when you put some molecules on the skin, certain molecules, it can activate the wires, the circuitry, and it sends a signal to the brain to produce dopamine, to produce serotonin, to produce DHEA, and other neurotransmitters. You're like, what in the world? That's crazy. It is crazy. It's true. It's brand new science. Now, other companies, like skincare, if you went to the big mall in KL or something, there might be a brand that says it's neurocosmetic. Some people are using neurocosmetic for, how it feels on the surface of the skin. If it's like tingly or, has a unique feeling, they call that neurocosmetic. When we say neurocosmetic, we're talking about sending a signal to the brain. So Visage Super Serum is the world's first neurocosmetic that supports health of the skin-brain axis. And we have the data behind it. What we've shown is that when you put these molecules on the surface of the skin, neurons are activated that travel from the skin to the brain, that increase, you see here we have dopamine, increased release, and DHEA, dihydroepiandrosterone, which leads to all sorts of different neurotransmitters and neurochemicals in the brain. And this is simplistically, this is what we came up with. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good. So there's been studies showing that when I look in the mirror and I say to myself, oh, you handsome devil, you look good. When I say that I look good, actually what that does is that causes brain chemistry to change. And it actually sends signals to the skin. This is real science. You can look it up. Send signals to the skin that improve skin health, that turn on elastin and collagen and all these other processes in the body that are not functioning properly just by saying that you look good. Looking in the mirror. It's kind of like the placebo effect. You know the placebo effect of pharmaceutical drugs? It's crazy, right? That someone who has stage 4 cancer, they take a placebo pill which contains maltodextrin, sugar, but they think to themselves, I am taking something that's going to help me, that's therapeutic, and their stage 4 cancer goes into remission, right? Why is that? It's the power of the brain, and we don't understand that, right? If we can untap the full power of the brain, that placebo effect, My goodness, that's another topic for another day. But in a similar method, when we say to ourselves, I look good, the skin actually responds. We're sending signals. So this is a virtuous cycle. When we put something on the skin and it activates the brain and the brain feels good, the brain's like, whoa man, I feel good. Then it sends a signal to the skin. The skin with the neurocosmetic sends it back. It's this beautiful cycle that's iterative and virtuous. It's repetitive, but it's virtuous, meaning the effect is higher and higher. We're not stuck here because of this process. So it forms this beautiful, positive feedback loop. And that's really the beauty of this product. And that's why the results that we're seeing here are just crazy. So you can see the benefits. Provides a visible reduction of wrinkles and expression lines, hydrates the skin, nurtures the skin, takes on environmental factors, and enhances an overall sense of well-being with every application. So the beautiful thing about this product is not only does it help with things like hyperpigmentation and wrinkles and skin glow and brightness and elasticity, all those great things, but on top of that, this is a holistic health product because it enhances well-being. Isn't that cool? Putting something on that can enhance well-being, that's exciting. Powerful. We have the new molecules again from the desert plantain. We have allantoin. So this is one of the neurocosmetic molecules. This molecule and several others are responsible. When you put this on the surface of the skin, it activates the skin-brain connection. Bakuchiol, which is an alternate form of retinol. Retinol is a great ingredient for skin, but it can make the skin sensitive. And there's problems with that. Bakuchiol is a retinol alternative, beautiful molecule. We have linalool, which is a signaling molecule. And some of the results that we're seeing, right? I mean, you see the blotchiness here versus here. You see here, again, the plumpness, the expression lines. Some of this here, right? Before and after, you look here, underneath the eyes. And a lot of these are 4 days, 30 days. So look at this one here. Look at this here compared to this. All right? Here, you see those big bags underneath the eyes? Well, look at that. You know, you see the really thick kind of crow's feet at the end here, noticeably reduced here. And, you know, men and women, melasma, the different things here, right? You know, some of these expression lines, look at that versus that, right? And so forth, right? I mean, and one of the crazy things that we're seeing with people is we're seeing results in 4, 8, 12 days, which is crazy because it usually takes, you know, skin cells, they turn over once every 28 days or so, right? So that's why when you take a skincare system, when you take a product like a serum, you're not going to really see anything for a month or 2 or 3 because if it takes 28 days just for one cell to turn over, right? Because on the surface of the skin, you know, some of my cells might be on day 1, some might be there on day 14, some might be on day 27, right? But not until a full 28 days is everything turned over. But when you have neurocosmetic properties where you're supporting health of the neurons, it's working through a different mechanism of action. It doesn't need to take 28 days. It can take less, and that's why we're seeing really crazy results. And we're also seeing, you know, I love this one here. You know, my 10-year-old said, "You seem happier." I like that. You know, I'm super happy and not as self-conscious for sure. Like I haven't worn makeup hardly at all in the last 2 weeks. I feel like my skin is so soft. I feel good now that I've noticed these results. It just brightens your spirits. So this emotional well-being component to this product is real and it's powerful. And it's validated. We've done a clinical study called the Emo Compass test where we can actually analyze emotions. And what we found is that when people put this serum on, it moves them from a state of unrest, of uneasiness, of a little anxiousness. It moves them closer to a state of tranquility, of calm, of peace. We have clinical data on that. You can see that in the back office. That's the power of this product. And this product with its neurocosmetic properties, it's patent pending. And so that's powerful. That's powerful. In this case, we talked about Shade Secret before. In this case, with this new field of neurocosmetics, we really wanted to stake our claim. We wanted to tell everything so that it could all be protected. And we're really excited that that's the case. The super serum is listed in the PDR as well. So that's a big deal. Now, to have a skincare serum listed in the PDR, that's a little weird, right? And, I told the PDR, I was submitting to them a serum, and when you submit something to the PDR, you have all the data that you send to them, and they said, really? You're submitting a skincare serum? I'm like, yeah, just look at the data, just look at the data. And when they looked at the data, they said, yeah, I could see that, the holistic health benefits of a serum, something that you put topically on the skin, could be of benefit. Just think about it. Someone who's taking something to support their mood, mindset, mental health internally, to have something that you could put on topically that could have, an adjuvant type role to it, it's a pretty cool thing. So these are the 3 steps. You cleanse, you put on the toner, and then you put on the serum, right? 2 to 3 pumps or 4 pumps if you want on the fingers. Rub it in on the face. You do this this collection morning and evening. And so with the whole system, we're seeing great results, right? You see the wrinkles here to here, and again here, crow's feet. Now they're gone here, right? This wrinkle dimple line here, gone here. So we're really excited about the Visage collection. This really does represent a transformation in skincare, where we're moving to quorum sensing, we're moving to neurocosmetics, we're moving to these new fields of science. And that's what we do here at 3. We use molecules, so to sum it up, I was thinking about it today. To sum it up, this is what I would say. Who's 3 Science? We're the world's first molecular company, discovers new molecules in plants, then we make them more bioavailable in the body, and lastly, we use these bioavailable molecules to transform health through new areas of science, quorum sensing, neurocosmetic, epigenetics. That's who we are, that's what we do, and why do we do it? Our deepest desire, from the bottom of my heart, our deepest desire is just help everybody around the world to be healthier, be happier, to live well, okay? So, thank you so very much. Thank you.
All right, let's give Dr. Dan a round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you. All right. Okay, I'm sure you guys know the drill. Okay, I'm sure you want to know. Okay, you want to hear from our local business partner that have tried the serum. All right. So right away, I'm going to invite 3 testimonial sharers. Okay, they're going to share with everyone how well the Visage Super Serum has worked for them. All right. So the first sharer, okay, we have Real Tall. I'm going to welcome a Real Tall from KL. Let's welcome Sharon Fu. Okay. Then second sharer, I'd like to welcome an auditor, okay, also from KL. All right, let's welcome Elaine Lim. All right, and last but not least, okay, another business partner from KL. Okay, she's a teacher. All right, so let's welcome Josephine Tong. Okay, let's hear from Sharon.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I love 3. Everyone love 3? Yes, thank you. And thanks to Peggy for introducing the products to me. I've been using 3 for 1.5 years. I feel good. My whole family benefits from it. I say, what's next? Where's the skincare? Where's the skincare? And thank goodness we have the serum. Dr. Dan used to say that molecules are like rebellious teenagers, but at my age, my skin become a rebellious teenager. Nothing works anymore. Whatever products I use, my skin start to sag, wrinkles start to deepen, and then spots start to appear. And I was in dire need of looking for the right skincare until I used the serum. So that's me. In 2 weeks, I shot this picture with the light just here at the same spot. in 2 weeks you can see that my pigmentation on my cheek, on driving side on the cheek, has actually reduced and my skin is brighter. And the next slide, and from the front, the visual is that my eye bags and the line, the deep line here. The deep line here basically means that my skin here has sagged and you can see that it's actually lifted. I couldn't be happier after using the serum for only 2 weeks. And guess what? I just let it be until 3 months later, the next slide, the 3 months later, I actually did a skin test before I started using the serum. And I was very, very disappointed when my skin age is older than my biological age. But after 3 months, I couldn't believe my skin age has reduced to 51 years old. That means younger than my age. And thank you to Dr. Dan. And you can see from the details here, the wrinkle resilience, the spot control. Wow, the spot control, that means the dark spots, right? It has gone down to 48 years old. Even my firmness, everything is like 8 to 9 years difference just with 3 months. I believe that probably by a few years from now, I can call myself a recycled teenager. And besides looking good, I would like to show you my next slide. This is my daughter. When we went for holiday, she tends to have all these spots and it starts to go very, very fast. It's itchy, it's prickly, and it's really uncomfortable. So I said, dear, we don't have any medication. I just put medication for her. So I said, why don't you just try the Visage? So when I applied the Visage for her, she has no complaints. We went on for our holidays. By the end of the day, I just said, girl, you just come here. I just want to check your neck. So by checking the neck, I can see that you can see from the skin. It's like end of day after we go for holidays and come back, the spots are gone. The skin is flawless. So that's the good part about Visage. And 2 days ago, everyone went to Hong Kong and came back. A lot of you came back from Hong Kong, right? So when I came back from Hong Kong, during the flight home, I felt my thighs are itchy. So I thought, oh, what is it? Is it cold rash or is it got seed bugs or whatever? When I went back home, I can see the rashes on my legs. And I was thinking that I don't have anything, why don't I just try the Visage? And within a day, the next day, I can feel the itch gone and the redness has subsided. So I can't wait for the cleanser and the toner to be shipped over to my house, and I shall try the whole thing, the whole set, and probably I get better results. And thank you everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Elaine. I'll just share with you my experience when I first started trying the 3 serum. So when I first heard about it, I heard from Joey, who's one of the organizers for this event here today. He told me that, to launch a new product, skincare, it's a super serum, it's the world's first neurocosmetic skincare, packed with hydrating and anti-aging properties. So of course, me as a big fan, wait to get my hands on it. I'm not gonna lie, after the first few days of using it, I was a bit disappointed because I couldn't really see any results. And when he asked me for feedback, and I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't give you any good feedback as well. But I thought, why not trust the process? And I myself has used 3 products before, and I know how effective it is. And I know about how 3 has really good absorption technology. So I decided to take a before and after photo. So this is me. On the left is me when I first started it, and then on the right, it's I think 2 months of applying the Visage serum. So I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely less textured. My skin is more glowy, and you can see the smile lines are not so deep anymore, and my cheeks are not so sunken anymore. So I'm happy to conclude that that the serum works and it has really good results.
Hi everyone. Actually I'm a full-time tutor. So before COVID, I was actually, before COVID and the dawn of online classes, I was traveling a lot, doing a lot of physical classes, and normally I only have 30 minutes in between the classes, and what happened is the car will be parked outside the house, and being in Malaysia, how hot the weather is, right? So the car will be so extremely hot, and I will still need to drive to my next destination. So that actually caused my skin to have a lot of sunspots and pigmentation. So, and then my skin turned very sensitive. But after using Visage for, say, I think about 1 week, I could see the vast difference. So yeah, I can't wait to try the cleanser and the toner as well. And I would like to thank Dr. Dan for the creation of Visage. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you to all 3 testimonial sharers. All right, of course, next up, okay, I'm sure everyone haven't heard enough from Dr. Dan, right? Okay, so we have arranged a very special short session, okay, which we're going to answer some questions from our friends today. All right, so let's welcome Dr. Dan back on stage. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Last time you're going to see me, so let's all hang in there. You guys asked some wonderful questions. I have some here that we're going to answer. Where I'm not able, due to time, I'm not able to answer all the questions that you have. But if your question isn't answered and you want an answer, please send it to science@iii.earth. That's our email address. That goes to our science team. We answer every question that comes in. So if you ever have any questions about our products and you don't know the answer, please, you can send it to science@iii.earth and we'll answer it. This first question, are the products absorption tested on human and or animal? We don't do animal studies. We do human studies. We first do human cell studies where we take our products and we incubate them with human cells, different human cell types, to see how our products work. And we do that with every product. The very first thing that we do when we're developing a formulation, when we think it might have potential to be used in humans to go into production, the very first thing that we do, even before we give it to our lab staff, we're lab rats, I guess, in one sense, but even before we give it to us, we incubate it with human cells to make sure that it's fine, make sure that the cells, that they divide normally, that there's no concern that the cells are vital and rapidly dividing like normal and healthy. Okay, what supplement to take for low white blood cell count? I included this one because the important thing is anybody, and this is really important, anybody with a pre-existing medical condition should consult with their personal medical doctor before taking nutritional supplements, right? If you have a condition, if you're taking pharmaceutical medication, whatever it is, you should talk with your doctor. Supplements, as we talked about before, our products are molecular approaches for proactive wellness. We don't treat disease, we don't cure illness, we don't do anything like that, not at all. We keep the body healthy. And so something like a low white blood cell count, you should talk to your doctor about that. Now, in supporting a healthy immune system, we have our immune product, which is designed to do that. Now, when I say to talk with your doctor, a lot of people, well, my doctor doesn't know anything. They don't know about supplements or medicine or anything like that. Well, okay, some doctors are not as trained on holistic health and whatnot. The way that I found out to do it, that is helpful, is if you take the product to your doctor and say, hey doctor, I'm taking this, or I want to take this. And you show it to the doctor and have a look at the individual ingredients. So, am I okay to take vitamin A? Okay. Am I okay to take vitamin C? Right. And then going down, is there any issue if I want to take alfalfa leaf powder, or wheatgrass, or acai? Right? It just kind of goes through the list. Doctors, they're what's the word I'm looking for? Standard of conduct is to do no harm, right? They want to take care of their patients. So a lot of times they err on the side of caution, right? When someone says, can I take some random supplement, they usually say no because they don't know otherwise. But if you show them the ingredients and also mention that they're in the PDR, that's a big deal, and tell them they can look for the product in the PDR, then then the information they'll give back to you is more helpful.
can purify, destroy lectin toxic. So lectins, right? Lectins are found in beans. They're found in a lot of different foods. Now, there's a lot of doctors, some celebrity doctors, different influencers, people online, saying that lectins are bad for you, right? Well, and there's one person in particular that's saying that a lot. Well, there are no scientific studies, peer-reviewed studies, clinical trials saying that lectins are bad for the body in the amounts that there are in food. Now, like if you ate raw kidney beans or raw chickpeas, like crunch on, they have lectins in them, a fairly high lectin amount. But when you cook them, those lectins are gone. So anyways, that's just a little bit about lectins. But lectins, they have this chemical structure where there's a lot of rings together, and it's called an aromatic. And aromatic molecules like lectins, we have humic and fulvic acids in there, and humic and fulvic acids are really good at binding to molecules like lectins and other toxic molecules like polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, different things like that, complexing with them and pushing them out of the body. Okay? So phytonutrients and placenta, which one is more effective? It's an interesting question, right? Eating placentas and stuff like that. Well, people eat placentas, right, because the idea is it has the nutrients that you need, right? That's the idea of eating the placenta. I do not endorse eating placenta. And again, back to what we're saying, please talk with your medical doctor. If you're thinking of doing something like eating placentas, please talk to your medical doctor. But the reason why I chose this question, phytonutrients or placentas, which one is better? Well, our molecular approach, I want to stress the approach that we're doing, right? We're using natural molecules from plants that have been vetted to be non-toxic, healthy, gene expression, epigenetic properties. It's a molecular approach. That's what we do. Can stomach acid destroy the glutathione and etranol? No. The glutathione, the pH of the stomach is 2. If we have this, I was going to say we can pull up the structure of etranol. What you're going to do is you're just going to protonate the glutathione. It's not going to destroy, especially the relatively short amount of transit time that's in this. Dr. Dan, is the oil-based cleanser better absorbable or water-based? So our cleanser, we chose a water-based cleanser. And the reason why we chose a water-based cleanser is we found that with the quantum sensing technology that we have, and with the new molecules that we have from the desert plantain, it was able to remove makeup and it was able to prep the skin just as good as oil and water cleansers combined. So a lot of times, right, you use oil and water cleansing products. We found that with the technology and the molecules that we have, that we're able to do both in one step. Let's get rid of some of these here. Why is there added sugar in etranol? Well, there's no added sugar. Now you may be like, yes there is, because on the box it says added sugars. In the United States, for FDA guidelines, if there's over 4 grams of sugar in the product, then the additional sugar that's in there after 4 grams you need to count as added sugar. So all of the sugar in our product is natural, and it's in the form of fructose. And fructose is metabolized. Now don't think high fructose corn syrup, just fructose, a molecule, is metabolized different in the body than glucose. And when you have whole fruit in there, the polyphenols in the product and the other molecules actually attenuate absorption. They help to attenuate insulin secretion, and they can actually help to support healthy blood sugar levels. So you notice there's a lot of natural foods that support healthy blood sugar levels, even though they have sugar in them. Honey is good at supporting blood sugar. Like, huh? Maple syrup is good at supporting blood sugar. Orange juice, whole orange juice is good at supporting fasting blood sugar levels. Okay, so it's all about the molecules. Difference between stem cell treatment and 3 products, right? Again, so our approach, this molecular epigenetic approach, stem cells are good. You know, that's a great technology. You know, cell technology and supplements, you know, probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years ago was the rage, right? Stem cell skincare lines is a big deal. And stem cell skincare lines I have nothing against them. They're great. The thing about our approach, with the molecular approach, is some of the molecules that we use and we're discovering and we're studying and we're going to put into our supplements, some of them we already have in there, they already activate stem cells. Stem cells need molecules to interact with, an activation. So stem cells don't work in a silo. And so when you use these molecules help that process. Does any product contain lutein? So lutein is a carotenoid, it's great. Lutein is contained in Vitalite. Many of the fruits and vegetables that we have in our Vitalite product contain lutein. So I hope that answers your questions. Again, if we didn't answer your question, please send it in to science@iii.earth and we'll answer it. Again, I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking time being here. I know you have a lot going on, a lot to do. I appreciate you both. I wish you guys happy holidays. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Dan, once again. All right, everyone, please stay put, okay, because I'm sure everyone wishes to have a photo with Dr. Dan, right? All right, let's do a group photo, shall we? All right, so maybe our volunteers will put some chairs in the middle and let's arrange for our VIPs in the front. Okay, then our friends at the back, feel free to walk to the center aisle. All right, and the rest of you guys can stay put also in your seat, no problem. All right.